However bad you think Gianni Infantino is, times it by 1,000. Because this man in his tenure as FIFA president has tried to ruin the sport as we know it. Let's look at some of the highlights of this man's tenure. I mean, he took over Sepp Blatter. The bar was literally underground. You know what Infantino did? He got a shovel, dug himself a 6-foot hole, and managed to do the limbo under that bar too. Because at least Sepp Blatter had the common courtesy to be corrupt behind closed doors. Infantino does it in front of our faces and just expects us to accept it. I mean, the first thing we remember from his tenure was really the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Quite possibly the worst World Cup on record for human rights. The amount of workers that passed away just building the stadiums alone was awful. So when Infantino was asked, what did he do? Gave us the worst speech of all time. Today I feel like a worker. Today I feel African. Today I feel gay. One of the most tone-deaf things I've ever seen in my entire life. We can't talk about Infantino without talking about the friends that he's made along the way. Notably, 3 of his main friends that he spent most of his tenure chatting with. We'll talk about all 3 of them. Donald Trump is one of them. A man that he himself handed him an award that he made up, the FIFA Peace Award, just after Donald Trump had started a literal war. A friend that he is so scared of that he refuses to tell him to get out of the trophy lift pictures. What about friend number 2, Mohammed bin Salman? A man who quite literally approved the you-know-what of Jamal Khashoggi. But when Mohammed bin Salman asked Gianni Infantino it's Saudi Arabia's turn to host the World Cup, Gianni Infantino made sure that 2034 World Cup was going to be hosted by Saudi Arabia. By eliminating the rest of the competition himself, meaning the only country that went for the host rights of the 2034 World Cup was Saudi Arabia. And Infantino's third best friend that he's made during his tenure, Vladimir Putin. Do I even need to say anything? We've already spoken about how tone-deaf Gianni Infantino has been during his reign, but what about the time he had a Palestinian official and an Israeli official on stage together at the same time? And he tried to make both men shake hands, and when they refused to, he just smiled off and laughed it off as if it was some kind of joke. What about when the Players Union got together and told Gianni Infantino, look, we are playing too many games, we cannot go on like this? Well, Infantino decided to take their opinions on board and create an entire tournament called the Club World Cup with 32 teams hosting in the boiling hot America for literally no reason other than to line Donald Trump's pockets even more. On the point of players playing too many games, he decided to expand the World Cup from 32 teams to 48 teams for the 2026 World Cup, and then further expand it to 64 teams for the 2030 World Cup. A World Cup that will be hosted across 3 continents, which was decided by, you guessed it, Gianni Infantino. This is without talking about when he was investigated for his ethics because of his secret meetings in Switzerland. It's also without talking about the fact that FIFA have made more money than ever before, and still he refuses to not price out real football fans, charging thousands of pounds for meaningless World Cup game tickets just to try and watch your country play, in a country where most countries weren't even allowed in to watch their country play because of his best friend, you guessed it, Donald Trump. And yet, after all that, he's decided that this not-for-profit organisation that he took over is all about lining his own pockets because he has decided to sell his stakes to, you guessed it, the brother of the son-in-law of Donald Trump. He's literally been the most corrupt person on planet Earth in front of our very eyes, refusing to hide it. But hey, none of that matters because at least he was at every single World Cup game.